guys, I here on the this man come back with another video. Today I will be finishing up my Sims 2 series, thought, and pretty much I have something like this. It's hot. Anything like that. Just a little update. I thought I was gonna let you guys know that tomorrow will be my last day. Well, not my last day. Tomorrow will be like the last time I'll be doing anything consistently because I start work Monday. I'm starting a new job. I'm starting an assistant teacher's position. So the job might be very demanding considering that I'm working in school. And I worked at another school. I just left that one, so I'm going to another one. So yeah. So I'm probably not going to be uploading anything tomorrow. I probably won't upload anything until next Saturday. I'm going to be doing my What You Look video because I have officially watched every single episode of season 2. Just did my video again upon rewatch. And also, I've added more What You Go rants to my list because I was actually watching a couple episodes from season 1 today, and it really just opened up my mind to a lot of the delusional fandom when it comes to Brooke didn't know Peyton has to for Lucas, that whole debate, because all week I've been getting into it with Lucasville fans, people who have just started watching the show and they think they know a lot more than me, considering I've watching the show for 3 years. These are new fans who just started watching, and I want to put them in their place. So I did actually watch the episode today where Brooke made a complete fool of herself in front of everyone, and I have lots to discuss when it comes to that. It just be a whole video about how I think Brooke was just completely wrong, and why I think, why I think what she was doing was wrong, and me addressing that delusional grandeur of people thinking that there was hurt that Brooke never knew that Peyton had to listen. I will be addressing that, and I also have another video too that I'm going to be addressing, but I'm going to keep that on the down low until I officially get to it. Just know, I still haven't even done my Amy and Ricky video. That needs to come before I do anything when she's related after season 2. So the Amy and Ricky video might be coming. I might do one she live video on Saturday because season 2 is going to be extremely long. I'm probably not going to have any time to do anything else after I do that video. It's probably going to be like at least an hour long. If it's not an hour long, then okay. But if it's an hour long, then I won't do anything else. So the Amy and Richard video might come on Sunday. I'm going to be discussing why I think they were easily the best characters in the show, and why I think Amy is a little bit overhated as a protagonist. So it's just my update. I won't be uploading any edits or any rant. Tomorrow is strictly just a relaxed day until I start work on Monday. I'm going to relax my mind and everything, like my clothes and stuff like that, to get it all ready for my first day of work. So so today I thought I would do my thoughts on Jay and Aubrey as a couple, and then I'm going to explain why I think Ralph and Tessa should have been in-game and why I think they were fumbled by the creator. The first thing I want to address, I decided to just collab the videos into one big video. That way I don't have to do separate ones because I'm not going to have time to do separate. So this whole video is going to be about, the first half is going to be about Jay and Aubrey, and the second half is going to be about why I think Ralph and Tessa should be in game. The reason why I want to talk about Jay and Aubrey is because my sister, we were talking about this in the car, and I was asking her like, hey, what are your favorite Sims 3 couples from the Sims 3 series that we watched? And I told her that she's like, who was your favorite? I told her that my favorite couple is Jay and Aubrey, and then a close second would be Cena and Jason. She said she feel like, looking back at as an adult, that she feel like the whole relationship between Jay and Aubrey is a bit questionable considering Jay's age. And I just want to address that. Okay, did Jay need to be 21? No. But I feel like everything between him and Aubrey was just so genuine. And I always watch Addicted strictly for them and their love story. I absolutely love Jay and Aubrey. I think Jay was just so great to her. And I mean, yes, did the age gap hold them back a little bit in season 1 and 2? Yes, because it was very skeptical. I just feel like it was just so genuine between them. I feel like there was nothing ever. There was no weirdness or anything of the sort. I don't know what to say, well, she was 16 and everything like that. And I get it. She's 16, and her parents had every right to feel critical about it, considering Jay's age. He was older and things like that. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But I have my daughter who's 16 date a 21-year-old. No, I wouldn't, because it's a different set of age. But I feel like if it happened if it happened in a very genuine way, how they met. Like, cause I feel like with Jay and Aubrey, it was very genuine how they met. Jay didn't come off weird or pervert or as a creep or nothing. It was just extremely genuine. I feel like from the very beginning. They met at a park. I believe in the first episode, the last time I watched the series fully was last year. Yeah, they met at a park where her and Sky was at. Her and Sky were taking pictures in a photo booth, and Jay was just there smoking a cigarette, minding his own business, and Aubrey approached him. They got to talking, and everything of the sort, things like that. I don't think Aubrey was ever once skeptical about his age. I don't think first of all, I think it was a friendship first, in my opinion. Like, I think it was a genuine friendship that was building before Jay or Aubrey made the first move when it came to kissing and things like that. And I get it. He had a past with the drugs. He was also a drug dealer. So you also have to throw that in. Before he met Aubrey, yes, he was a drug addict before he met her. He already got clean and things like that. But when he met Aubrey, he was doing drugs and things like that. Me personally, I can never get with a guy who's doing drugs, but I respect the fact that Jay did stop just to make her feel safe. I think they pushed each other to do better. Like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like this shit was just more genuine, but I could definitely understand people feeling a little eye-raising. I'm sorry, y'all, I'm kind of tired. I could understand people eye-raising to the fact that he was older and things like that, and he was a drug addict. But I feel like things between them just happened so genuinely that I just can't sit here and say, hey, it was someone very creepy, when it's like, it never gave that. It never gave that, or anything like that. I think Jay was honestly a genuine soul. I think his intention was to never be a creepy or creepo or anything of the sort like that. The thing is, I feel like the biggest thing that definitely is like the most questionable thing in the relationship is probably just age, and that's really it that people have against them. That she's still in high school and she's still enjoying and still is in doubt and still is spotting herself as a teenager, and Jay is a full adult who's already been a teenager, who's already lived his life. Aubrey still has so much more to live, but I feel like I said, I ship her and Jay. I personally ship her and Jay, and season 2 it was really hard to watch the relationship because they were just in such a bad place. When she met that guy, I can't remember his name, Noah. When she met Noah, it instantly went downhill, and I mean, how could it not? She's meeting someone with her age, it would be silly to say that he doesn't understand her better, because, he's in high school, he's a teenager, they're both going through the same things, adolescence, all types of stuff, they were connecting, they had chemistry, Jay was really scared of losing her, which he had every right to be. He was in love with her, he loved Aubrey, but I would be stupid to sit here and say that her and Noah didn't connect more because they were around the same age. But I feel like season 2 was probably the time that I first saw her and Jay disconnecting because they were in different age rounds in their relationship. Like, Jay couldn't go to her proms, he couldn't go to her high school dances because he was older and things like that. And all that stuff. So, I did love Jay and Aubrey together. I could understand the whole age situation. For people, don't get me wrong. I would never have my daughter date someone who's 21 and she's 16. I just feel like I can't agree to that. But, and I say but, if it happened in a very genuine way, and I meet the guy and I don't get a bad vibe off him, I can allow it to some degree. I feel like they can't be alone with each other. I feel like they need to be around me so I could trust them a little bit more. But I feel like if it happened in a genuine way, I feel like it can work. But if someone can't, she has to understand that the age gap will hold them back. it can't work. It won't work unless they understand they are both in a different pecking order with their age. So that instance I can understand. I can really understand why her dad didn't, why Aubrey's dad didn't want to be the Jay. He found out that Jay used to sell drugs and didn't want Aubrey with him. But he had everybody, but what he didn't know was that Jay stopped selling drugs a long time ago. And then she had him selling drugs again in season 4, which I hated that. It's like, why is he progressing back to when he was in season 1? Why? I don't know. To me, I just love Jay and Aubrey. I get it. I feel like watching the series back, it's like, did he need to be older? No. But I understand. I guess that's why it's called Addicted. I guess that's why it's called that. Along with Jay's habit with drugs, that he used to be a drug addict, is that him and Aubrey are falling in love, even though it's an age gap. I guess that's why it's called Addicted. Me personally, I have decided we're going to stand Jay and Aubrey until the end of time. They are easily the best chemistry couple, and I don't care what anyone says. Best love story, best chemistry, best moments. Her and Jay have so many cute moments from seasons 1 all the way through 4. I love her and Jay. Even though I feel like the relationship in season 4 took a little bit of a backseat to her being in college, the moments that they did have, they were cute. I love Jay and Aubrey. Like, I can't say enough. I love them. But I definitely get the eyebrow raising towards the age thing. Don't get me wrong, I definitely see it. But I feel like because it happens so genuinely between them, that I can't be mad at it because things happen so genuinely. And she did realistically write the age being the problem in season 2, considering that Aubrey did meet a guy who was around her age, and they were connecting a lot more than her and Jay, considering that they were around the same age. So you can't sit here and tell me that she didn't realistically enhance on the fact that the age thing will be a problem in the near future, and she did. So I think I have decided we're going to stand Jay and Aubrey no matter what, and I feel like I can understand we have a problem with the whole age thing. For me personally, like I said, I just keep saying it. I don't care who gets mad. I feel like because things happen so genuinely, I don't keep saying that because I feel like things happening genuinely will let you know so much more about a person. And I feel like because things happen so genuinely between her and Jay, that it was just hard not to ship it, in my opinion. It was just hard not to ship it, not to root for it. And I love them, and I'll forever love them. And I decided we're going to stand Jay and Aubrey to the end of time. So, yep, yes sir. And that's the end of that. So, I feel like if you don't stand Jay and Aubrey, then you can't be on my channel. So, that's how I feel. They were cute, they were ear to each other. I'm just gonna assume because she never finished season 4 that they ended up together and they're living happily ever after. I'm gonna assume that's what happened. So yeah. So yep. I decided we were staying Jay and Aubrey. If you went down with that, I'll tell you. That's all I really had to say. I really didn't have much to say about Jay and Aubrey. I just wanted to address the whole age gap thing. Because I feel like a lot of people the wrong way, and I totally get it, don't get me wrong, but me personally, I love them together. If a relationship happened like this in real life, I wouldn't want my daughter with someone, daughter or son, I wouldn't want them with someone who was older, or with anyone who was in the situation of selling drugs, because eventually you're going to find out you're a parent. I wouldn't want my daughter with someone who was 21, selling drugs, but if it happened genuinely, let's just say if there was no such thing as drugs, like, if my daughter brought home a guy who was like in the situation that Jay was in, who was selling drugs to survive, which I get it, people gotta survive to make drugs. I'm just saying, when you get mixed up in that, it comes with a lot of sacrifices, and she's way too young to make the whole sacrifices. I wouldn't want her with someone who's selling drugs, and I wouldn't want her with someone else older. But let's just say, take the drug element out. If she met someone who was not endowed in drugs and he had a good head on his shoulders. He has a path that he's doing in life, and he happens to like my daughter. Hey, I can't. I don't want to ruin my kid's happiness for anything or anything in sport. And I wouldn't just assume that he's a creep because he's dating my teenage daughter. Of course, he's been with other older girls like Jay. Jay's been with older girls before. He's been with girls his age. Aubrey just happens to be someone he fell in love with, and she just happens to be a teenager. Like it's nowhere in the situation of Arya or Ezra. It isn't in those terms of grooming or manipulation or anything of the sort. We have to clear that up as well. That there's a difference between a genuine bond compared to a grooming situation and being in a higher grip of power. So I just think we should just clear that up. So I do ship Jane Aubrey, and that's that. On to the next topic, and that is that Ralph and Tessa should have been in game, and Mr. Bad Boy and the creator of Mr. Bad Boy fumbled them very hard. So let's just talk about how this all came about. Ralph met Tessa in season 3, and I mentioned this before in some of my other videos. He met Tessa when they all went on a vacation at Reed's dad had a beach house, and they all went to the beach house. And Ralph was there with Ralph was there with Tasha because they were having a friends benefit situation. I'm just not a big fan of the Ralph and Tasha love story. To me, I just never once got behind it. He met Tessa in season 3, and then they started to get to know each other towards the end of season 3. And then when we opened up to season 4, because I think a couple of months passed, because Tina graduated in season 3. So a couple of months passed before college starts, and Ralph and Tessa have quickly just became friends. It's platonic, but at the same time you can tell there's feelings and chemistry there. Tessa's mom tells Ralph that Tessa got into college. She's in the same college. She was going to the same college that Tina was in. She got into that college. The only thing is, Tessa's mom couldn't pay for it, and Tessa's mom didn't know how to tell Tessa that she couldn't afford it, and she knew how much Tessa wants to be a singer. So Ralph decided that he was going to pay for her way into college. He never told Tessa that he paid her way into college. He gave her mom the money. So when she gave him a hug and said she got in and that they had the money for her to go through it, Ralph did that for her. That was so genuine and so sweet. I'm just like, he would have never done that for Tasha. With him and Tessa, it was more of a genuine, deep connection. It was never surface level. Like, he actually pushed her to do her music. She pushed him to be a better person and to lay low on his fuckboy ways and like how to actually have a genuine connection with a female without fucking all the time. And I feel like they didn't need to fuck each other to know that they have feelings for each other and know it was genuine and everything like that. They have a lot of cute moments, like when they play the guitar together, Ralph helping her get into college, him pushing her into her music, all that. Now, when I watch season 4 back, even though I'm rewatching season 3 right now, but when I scanned through season 4, when I was trying to, rehance and remember everything from the series, there were a little bit of cracks already happening in season 4, and I'm going to tell y'all what the cracks were. Ralph was falling for Tessa, but she had this dumb-ass Ralph and Tina storyline. So while Ralph was trying to, he was falling for Tessa, he was with Tina trying to figure out what they were. Tessa found out and decided that he hasn't really changed his fuckboy ways. Because honestly, that is being a fuckboy. You fall for somebody else, and you're trying to date her. Like, what you doing? Make up your mind. Not saying that there's nothing wrong with being confused, but it's like, The whole Ralph and Tina storyline should have never happened in the first place, in my opinion. That whole storyline was a waste of time. They'll try to figure out what they wanted to be and all that stuff. Like, it was just such a waste. And so, when Tessa told him that other things she wanted to be friends and nothing more, it broke Ralph's heart because he genuinely had feelings for her, but he screwed it up by keeping the whole situation with Tessa going. Not Tessa, but Tina going when he should be ended it soon. And then the moment that he wanted Tessa, she fell in love. She got accepted on tour early. She left college, went on tour, and fell in love with her record producer. So that was kind of like the end of the Ralph and Tessa storyline in season 4. That they were cute in the beginning, and then Ralph messed it up by not being honest. And then she got accepted. She got accepted by the label, and they went on tour early. They make demos, and that's pretty much the end of it. Season 5. Now, the cracks did show in season 4, but they weren't too bad because there was still hope for them. But season 5 is when she completely ruined any potential of Ralph and Tessa. In season 5, Ralph is little Alexis. Remind y'all, at the end of season 4, Reese and Dana get married. Tessa did show up to the wedding with her new boyfriend. Ralph was jealous, and Sasha happened to be there with her new boyfriend. I forgot his name. I think his name was Cole. He was her boyfriend. Some guy wanted him to kill Jason and his friends. I can't really remember what it was, but I know when I watched season 3 and I watched season 4, I'm gonna know why. Sasha happened to be there, and she was jealous. So Ralph, Sasha, they both were jealous because Sasha wants him, but he wants Tessa. Now, season 5 opens up, and Sasha and Ralph are back to their old ways. She's in a whole ass relationship with another guy that she claims to be in love with, but yet Ralph is giving her dick every single night. Him and Sasha do couple shit, but they're not a couple. And that's why I just don't like their love story. I just don't like it. So, Tessa comes back to town. Her and Ralph chatted up. They asked each other what's going on, how things went. They said they both do good. Ralph never once mentions that he's sleeping with Sasha and that he's trying to figure out what they're doing on the side. Never ever does he ever mention anything of the sort. So Tessa said that she needs help with her dancing to one of her music videos, and Ralph offers to help her dance. That dancing scene between them in season 5 was so yearning filled, so attention filled, that it was so hard for her. I just don't understand why she didn't capitalize on what was right there in front of her face. Her and Ralph almost kissed. If they don't, it wasn't until her boyfriend broke up with her. He broke up with her. I believe she caught him cheating, and he broke up with her. They broke up, and she ran to Ralph about the breakup, and so they went out and had a couple of drinks. Her and Ralph got drunk. They got married while drunk. They had sex. They woke up the next morning, and Tessa found pictures of Ralph and Sasha on the wall, asking him to what he wants, and she needs to just stop being so confused. So him and Tessa never happened. But what does happen is that Tessa finds out she's pregnant with Ralph's baby, because in season 5 she did like another, I think she did like a 5, not 5 years. I know when season 5 opened up, it was a few months later, and then she did another few months later in one of the episodes. So Ralph and Tessa never got together, never anything. As soon as she got pregnant and had his kid, that was just the end of the storyline. For what I remember, that was just the end of it. She completely stuck on what they had, the picture that they had, and focused more on him and Sasha, which I just didn't like. Sasha went through 2 other guys in season 5, and she was still seeing Ralph on the side, cheating on her boyfriend. Like, I can understand that no one cared about the relationship because it wasn't her and Ralph. If you were a Ralph and Tess and Sasha shipper, listen, I've been there. But I don't think cheating is ever okay. It's never okay. It's wrong. Even if you do like a certain couple, it's still wrong. But we know that there were established feelings there between them. It's just, it don't make sense to me. Why'd you put in a relationship if she doesn't even want to be with those people? Like, why? It's clear that she's not into them. She clearly doesn't want a relationship. She's just using them to cure her own avoidment when it comes to Ralph and their feelings for each other. Her and Ralph get together after she breaks up with a guy named Roman. Her and Ralph get together and they're engaged. I can't explain how much this pisses me off. Like, this person, I think Ralph and Tessa, I'm gonna keep saying it. Ralph and Tessa should have been engaged. They should have been engaged, point blank. Their build up and everything right there. That mini little love story they had so much potential, and she squandered it for Ralph and Sasha. I don't know if it was fans who watched it underneath the comments. It was like, hey, something's going on with the Ralph and Sasha thing. I don't know if there was a lot of fans who just wanted that and she decided to focus on that. Me personally, I just feel like Ralph and Tessa had more chemistry. It was more genuine. It was more emotion there. And I feel like they had a more genuine connection that was just not about sex. I feel like all Ralph and Sasha was just sex, and that's all. I think it's very surface level. Like, I feel like no matter how much she tried to show me that it was something deeper there, I just never ever believed it. It seemed like to me Sasha only really wanted him when he was genuinely building a genuine bond with someone else. And then I think the reason why she believed them together was because she got pregnant and had a kid. And then he found out about that. So I don't think Ralph like he was obligated to be with her because she got pregnant and hid it from him for so long. Like, it was just too much. Ralph getting Sasha and Tessa pregnant, it was just too much to me. Like, I think I get what she was doing. It's soap opera, it's drama, it's messy, I get it. But I don't think Tessa needed to get pregnant. Especially, it just didn't make any sense. I feel like that was just unnecessary to me. I just don't think Tessa needed to get pregnant. And her character don't even feel like it's part of the group in the other seasons, really. Like, she's hardly ever there, hardly ever around. Ralph barely had a connection with his son Karen. Like, it just feels like, what was the point of her ever getting pregnant? In my opinion. I hate the fact they were done so dirty. Like, I feel like him and Tessa were done extremely, extremely dirty. And that's all I have to say, because a lot of this is just coming up based off my memory. Like I said, that can change drastically once I watch season 4. So I'm gonna try my very best to be consistent with that, because I need to see. I feel like I need to see again what happened. Because again, I have not watched Mr. Bad Boy fully since last year, and it definitely time for a rewatch. Because again, I was rewatching seasons 1 and 2, and then I got sidetracked, and now I'm watching season 3 right now. So I'm gonna try my best to stay consistent with that. That way, if anything changes my mind, I'll be here to talk about it. Point blank. But y'all do good. Good night, and y'all have a good one. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Bye.